Once again, this is 𝗟𝗧𝗧 from MassMailer. Thank you so much for joining the webinar. We've been talking about the new features that MassMailer is launching in the upcoming release, which is in fact ready for the sandbox preview. So you should be receiving an email sometime soon, hopefully this week and next week, so that you can try it out in sandbox. So today I'm gonna talk about a very important feature, how to relaunch an outreach in MassMailer. And if you're familiar with the MassMailer outreaches, it basically is nothing but an email blast that you sent. So the outreach holds all your campaign information, right? So the reason why we came up with this particular feature is basically if you send a campaign and then you want to resend the exact same thing, perhaps to people who did not receive it, or maybe people who actually opened it, or maybe clicked, and maybe to all of them once again, for whatever reason. And we plan to add more here, such as non-opens and non-clicks kind of thing. But I still need a little bit of a feedback from our clients. But so far, this is what we have done. But certainly, this can be, enhanced based on the feedback what we get from our clients. So, again, it's just a relaunch. We're not really changing any template here in this relaunch. All you're doing is just resend an outreach. So the existing outreach, if it's been sent once, and if you want to just send the exact same thing, once again, for whatever reason, there's a relaunch button available, but you can also select who you actually want to send this back to, right? So as I mentioned, we got 4 options here. Undelivered recipients, meaning who never received it earlier. Opens, who already opened it. Click, meaning who already clicked it. All, meaning once again you want to send the same email to the exact same recipients. So you're not cloning it, you just want to relaunch for whatever reason, right? Then there is basically a button that would appear on MassMailer Outreach. If you're an existing client, you actually will have to edit the layout and then add that relaunch button. The third button that you see here, I'm going to show it to you in any case. And then you just have to select an option. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to actually show you in MassMailer. And before I, let's just pick one of the outreaches here. This is an existing outreach. So you can see that it has some statistics. It was sent earlier to some people. There's some clicks and some opens. All of that is there. And it has the email activity as well. And it's sent to some contacts, as you can see, right, from the query. So I'm going to show you. So there is a button, says relaunch, right? Let's just actually just go click on this relaunch, and then I'll show you how to add this button there if you don't have it. And again, this would only appear if you're gonna upgrade to the latest version. Again, it's sandbox ready. We're just finalizing some documentation. Shortly, would receive all the instructions and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this relaunch, and that would bring up that tiny like a dialog box where you could actually select who you want to send it to, all recipients or undelivered or open or click. So you can select multiple as well, but let's say you want to send it to all. Once again, all you have to do is click on this launch button, and that would resend the same outreach. We will not create anything new, meaning we won't create a brand new outreach. We would just reuse the same outreach. Unlike clone, if you actually did clone, then it would create a brand new outreach. So that's a fundamental difference. Relaunch is just launching the exact same outreach based on the same template. Like we're not going to change the template. So this is just a quick relaunch option. So it would just use the same template and send it to the same people. And again, based on what option that you selected on that relaunch or dialog box, it would be sent to only those people, right? That's pretty much it. This thing new that we are doing, and we're not gonna refresh any. I mean, we're gonna refresh the statistics. We're just gonna add on, meaning if you sent it twice, it would actually show you. So now it is saying 6, since previously it was 3 and now it is 6. So it is basically resent. It just doubled up, right? That's what it means. And suppressed was 1 and now it is 2. So it basically doubled it just because we relaunched. So that's the difference. And now, how do we add this button? If you are an existing client and you would want to go to the object manager and then select MassMailer outreach. Again, this button appears only when you upgrade. Yeah. And then go to the outreach, go to the page layout, and then you'll find the buttons here based on what type of button that you have. Either you may have to select this buttons or lightning actions. So there is, you can type in relaunch. So this one is already added. Otherwise, you have to drag and drop this to here. And same thing, you go to mobile lightning action, type in relaunch, and then you drag and drop that here. So that's pretty much what you need to do if you're an existing client of MassMailer after the upgrade, right? That's the simple setup that you have to do. Otherwise, nothing else, and the relaunch functionality would work. And again, we are trying to extend that. We would love to hear from you the feedback on what else you think we need to do with that. I'm happy to take any questions here. Anyone? You can type in the Q&A box. There's a Q&A box. You can type in any questions you may have. I know there's a very short webinar because the feature itself is nothing much to really describe. Pretty straightforward, but I still wanted to have this as a separate webinar so that anybody who just want to learn about this would be able to quickly take a look at the video. Yes, the webinar recording would be sent to all the people who registered, who also did not register. So typically, there would be an email sent out for the next webinar, which also would have the link to the previous webinar. That's what I've been doing. So that way you can register for the new webinar at the same time. You can also take a look at the old webinar. And Tricia, I'm actually going to make sure that you are getting these emails from us. Perhaps if you opted out, I'm going to check that if that's okay with you. So make sure that you are receiving these emails. Okay. Any other questions, anyone? Thank you, Tricia. Okay, seems like no more questions here. Once again, this is a weekly webinar, typically just scheduled on Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific. Feel free to look at our YouTube channel. You would find all the webinar videos there. And if you're new to MassMailer, feel free to get on a quick trial. We provide a 15-day free trial and happy to help you with the trial installation and everything. Once again, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. No problem. Thank you so much for joining the webinar today. I appreciate it. Have a good day, have a good evening, have a good weekend. Thank you. Bye-bye.